My beautiful little bees, hello to everyone. Welcome to whoever's stopping by. Thank you for the beautiful soul that stayed part of the hive, even though I was quiet for some time. It's been a difficult past few months. I don't know that I'm back as I was before. There was a lot of things going on within my family. I had to travel to France with some issues with my mom. I came back, there were some issues with the in-laws. It hasn't stopped. But I've been wanting to reconnect. I'm a little nervous. The intro might be a little long. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to work this. I just know that I needed to sit down and do a reading. So, like I said, I'm a little nervous. I don't know how this is going to go. All I know is that today is November 1st. I wanted to do a reading last night already because the stars were aligned. Like, I was quiet at home, in spite of, it being Halloween. But I was still tired. This morning, I want to. So today is November 1st. It's All Saints Day. I'm sorry I missed my barn. I want to try to celebrate Samhain, Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day with you. And tomorrow we have daylight savings, by the way. For those of you who are in, I want to say California because I'm not even sure that's all the states. Okay, so I hope you had a beautiful Halloween. I hope you're going to have a beautiful Dia de los Muertos and All Souls Day tomorrow. In France, we celebrate All Saints Day today. I was telling the girlfriends at work that I really would have liked to go see my grandmother. In France, everybody has gone already because it's midday over there, like afternoon. What time is it? Like, it's, evening. So yeah, they go to the, when I was little anyways, we would go to the cemetery and say hello to our ancestors. The reading I'm thinking of doing is a Samhain reading spread by, I didn't even read the whole thing, I just saw it last night and I wanted to do it. Of course I have to go look for it again. Tarot. It's a Samhain. It's by the Witch of the Forest. So it's all about ancestors and stuff like that. First of all, it's not Halloween anymore. I don't want to call on all our ancestors. So, what I wish to do, what I would like to do is use this spread, which again I don't even know the questions yet, but I want to call on our guides, my guides, your guides, whoever needs to hear this message, whether you're part of our beautiful hive or not. I am grateful to see that obviously some people liked the daily messages I was doing, and I had a bunch of new members, and when that stopped they left. Well, it's perfectly understandable, but those of you who stayed, I'm very grateful. I thank you. Like, knowing that you guys were there was, I don't know, I understand how the YouTubers with big so big amount of members can be like so grateful and so focused, and this is not my job, this is my pleasure to share messages with you. So anyways, I hope you're all doing fantastic again and that you had a good Halloween. And based on the fact that we are on All Saints Day, I wanted to see what the saint of the day is. And I'm going to pick a card from that. Okay, so let's see. I'm opening to Saint Patrick, which is the best thing. We know that all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. And it's funny because in here, like, it totally makes me think of a Shoot, do I need to move this further? He makes me think of Santa Claus. And last night, I was very surprised. Look at like how already the signs are connecting. Last night, I was quite surprised to see one of the Halloween costume being what looked to me like a Santa Claus. It was dark. I was driving back home. But anyways, I was thinking of Santa Claus. So there is something about Christmas or Santa in any case. The figure of Santa. What are we? November 1st. Louise, wake up. Okay, November 1st. Here is All Saints' Day. The cloud of witnesses. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and the sin that clings so closely, and let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us. And that's from the Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Each saint is remembered and honored for his or her deep faith, commitment to Christ, and sacrifices made to God. These stories can inspire those of us who are still running the race, that is, who have committed their life to following Christ. I want to change that because it's All Saints' Day, but remembering that I'm going to change that to the message of today, like everything that I read or talk about. I'm going to fix this. Sorry. Ooh, let me pause this. Here, I think this is going to be better. I don't want to focus just on one religion because a religion is just a way of following love. So I want to remind us all that okay, that's a religion thing, but if you follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, which is basically the teachings of the universe and love anyways, just please don't focus on just following Christ, just follow love, because this is his message anyways. The saints ran this race, eager to meet the finish line, and their faithfulness reminds us to keep our eyes on the prize too, heaven with Christ forever. Again, I feel like this is too limited. All Saints' Day to me is just the celebration. Cloud of witness. Okay, these are people that witness Christ's life. Okay, no denying that. But I feel like there is witnessing of more than just that, which is already a lot, of course. But love in all his grandeurs and all the power of love in general. Maybe that's why I was thinking of Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is the energy of the gift, of the receiving and the giving, the sharing, making each other feel good. And I feel like that's what, taking care of each other, loving each other, that's a message to me. Jesus and the universe, thank you for the witnesses who are now with you in heaven. Okay. Oh, tomorrow is Saint Christopher. On top of being All Souls Day. Then you will walk on your way securely, and your foot will not stumble. Modern day Turkey. The name Christopher means Christ bearer. Okay. Oh, St. Martin de Porres, the day after. Okay, we got big saints coming this month. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday to the November babies. Happy birthday to our Scorpios, which means also the Scorpios from last month. Hey, why not? And happy birthday to the Sagittarius babies of this month and next month, whatever. Let's see which angel is. I still don't know which deck I'm going to use, by the way. Which angel which divine energy, s'il vous plaît, is going to be guiding us on this reading today, s'il vous plaît, nos anges et guides d'amour. Oh Lord Jesus, I miss this so much. Ooh, s'il vous plaît, nos anges et guides d'amour. Which divine energy is guiding us today, s'il vous plaît. And my hands have been hurting too, so I'm glad that I can, s'il vous plaît. I'm going to text it. Whoopsie! That's this card alive, the Archangel that kill. Okay, what I love with this card already is the purple. Not only do I love purple, but the purple talks to us about elevation. And I haven't listened to many readings. I mean, I would be lying in the sense that I listen to it like for guidance, but I listen for background. But like the things that I have paid attention to was consistent. Remind us, consistent messages of growth, of elevation, of transformation, of changes. And with that kill here, with the number 10, we have the end of situation again. Oh, keep in mind we have Mercury in retrograde starting November 9th until the 29th, I believe, of November. It's usually 3 weeks, so you know it means be very careful when you you know, before you send your emails, your messages, always make sure that you're sending that to the right person. Verify that you have no issue with your car before you go, you know, if you're going to have a long trip on the road. Just like the little details like that. Mercury in retrograde is always, and I felt it already for the past at least couple of weeks. We make a lot of mistakes, like anything that has to do with electricity, technology, things like that, we tend to make mistakes. Watch out for the trips because you have delays, and we have returns of past situation that comes back to close or haunt us. But the past likes to come and tickle us with one thing or another. So with number 10, we have the end of a situation, end of suffering or closing or accumulation of something. I'm thinking like the 10 of Pentacles, like, you know, when everything is great, or the 10 of Cups when everything is great with your family or with your finances, or the end of a suffering, or the end of a difficult chapter when you finally decided to delegate and stop taking on everything by yourselves. I like the 10 for that. So we have a transformation. We have the excuse me, keyword of mercy. To me, because we're talking about transmutation, this mercy here is more towards yourself. Show mercy to yourself, especially with that number 10. It's possible that you have a lot of things on your plate. I can totally relate to that. It's time to acknowledge the fact that you may not be able to do everything on your own, so be merciful. And the violet flame takes me to the Archangel Michael also. That's a great vanquisher, right? He will help you vanquish your enemy. Whoa, okay. At the bottom of the deck we have the Archangel Sandalphon. I like him, he's cute. And he's connected to music. He helped with answering your prayers. And he's a earth star, which to me, I love that because you have the energy of something very, what's like, you know, Cartesian. People who tend to believe that they know there is something out there, but they don't necessarily want to put it like too heavy. See how earlier I was like, somewhat bothered. I love Jesus, okay, no denying that. I grew up Catholic. I feel very connected to this religion, but I feel like this is not the answer. It's a answer to achieving our quote-unquote heaven, for lack of a better word. So a lot of people have doubts, you know, towards afterlife or the magic of the universe, again, for lack of a better word. So that's who Sandalphon talks to. Like, he's reminding you that, possibly even some music, if some of you, if you feel connected to music, if music is talking to you, like, makes you, brings you, maybe some of you need music to be brought some calmness or help you meditate, or any kind of music. Music is music. I mean, maybe some of us may have a hard time, meditating with metal type music, but I hear that it is good for when you have a headache, for example. So, yes, amazingly, it is good. This kind of boom, boom, boom. I mean, not boom, 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 like screaming metal, hard rock, like loud guitars and stuff like that. The loud sounds are supposed to help with headaches. I actually can attest to that. I tried it in the car one day and it worked amazingly. So, if you feel connected to music, you may use that to, or you may get messages, like maybe you'll get, in songs, you'll pay attention to a line or another, or lyric or another, and you may hear the same song a lot. Like, you may get messages from the universe that way and not even realize it. So pay more attention. And again, the Earth Star is the one that speaks to the people. I don't know why I'm insisting on this, and I'm looking at the guitar. I keep looking at the guitar that I have here as I'm looking at this guy. There is in the attitude of Sandalphon here, in the drawing, there is not so much a bring it on, but like, yeah, whatever you say, I don't know. And that's confirming that saying here. If you came here to listen to this message, there will be something for you. There may have already been something for you here. You may have some spiritual growth happening for you in a strange way this month. And I notice also we have two masculine energies here from two different cultures. What's the blue, by the way? The blue is the throat chakra, neck, ears, thyroid, respiration. So some of you may need to work on that, but it also means that you need to work on opening, or maybe you'll be working on opening communication, feelings, on your creativity and speaking up. So this is all the upper thing, like throat to crown chakra here. So better communication. Amazingly, we are starting Mercury in retrograde in a few days, and we're talking about still elevation and communication. So maybe this is something that you've been working on for a long time and it's finally happening to you. Remember, again, Mercury in retrograde is things from the past coming to the surface. With the masculine energy, I'm also feeling a lot of activities again, a lot of actions, a lot of stuff going on. How about we get some information, s'il vous plaît, nos anges guides here, using the saints and mystic, on how to go about this overwhelming stuff happening this month here. This one is poking out. King Solomon. Okay, and again, strong masculine energy. I feel like there is an abundance, and that's like very close to the message I heard yesterday. We're talking about legacy here. There is some stuff you are getting, receiving. He is also another guy that's not. There is a lot of serious stuff. Like, this guy is not smiling. Sandalphon is not smiling. That girl is also very serious. Let me look at this card here, because there is some stuff on the. There is two big statues with arms closed, on each side of him. Like, I remember here I was telling you about this guy that's like, yeah, right, whatever, like whatever you say, I don't know. I'm not sure I want to believe this. This guy is showing a little bit more interest, even though in the back of his mind it's like, I don't know, my arms are crossed, I don't want to hear what you have to say. But notice how he's sitting with like intent and listening to what's being said. So I feel like this legacy is messages you could be receiving and accepting. Oh, we have Confucius at the bottom of the deck with wisdom. So I feel like there is a lot of understanding coming this month, appreciating and growing. So we have 29 with King Solomon, the Magician King. Let's see, can you, here, no, I don't want to have like reflection, I want you to see. He was the third and last king of the United Kingdom of Israel, following his father's his father King David between 970 and 931 BCE. He is regarded as Israel's greatest king, bringing 40 years of peace and prosperity under his rule. In ancient times, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah were at odds with one another. Under King David, they were united and stayed that way throughout King Solomon's reign. Solomon held incredible wisdom during his reign and is regarded as one of the greatest magicians and exorcists of all time. He possessed rule over the astral world, inhabiting spirits such as the jinn, by the use of magical seals. It is said he had the ability to control the wind, communicate with angels, and had psychic access to extremely high magical information. We were talking about communication. I thought it was when I was reading, but I didn't read answered prayers. I was talking about communicating, maybe when I was reading the Saints Day thing, but there is definitely something. The throat chakra, the color. Like I knew I was talking about communication. So there is something about speaking, discussing situations again, like communicating, speaking your mind, speaking your truth, speaking your feelings. It is said that he had the ability to control the wind, communicate with angels, and had psychic access to extremely high magical information. But that tells me also, I was telling you to pay attention to the signs, even if it's just through music. The universe is trying to talk to you. Us. I feel in quite the almost savage ways, like in your face type messages. The story of Solomon is one of religious and political sensitivity, but filtered with powerful lessons that capture the imagination and curiosity even today, from the way he ruled to the mysteries of magic surrounding his reign. Emotionally, Solomon connects the heart chakra line with the divine, the transmutation, amazing, deepens emotional intelligence and illuminates how we can manage great responsibilities placed upon us and become role models to others and the greater world. We were talking about that too, I believe, with the saints. With the communication, with giving the messages, this is the legacy. Spiritually, Solomon attunes the auric energy to highly spiritual levels and can open channels to link with ethereal beings. I'm not sure how to say this word. Cosmic guidance and spiritual downloads of information. That makes me want to take a card from this deck later. Hopefully I'll remember, so I'm going to take it out. Especially Obsidian Veil. We may have some kind of special guidance with this one too. He charges psychic abilities and heightens energies of cosmic manifestations through his seals of protection and conjure. Consciously, Solomon harmonizes subtle nervous energies and dispels static energy blocks from the mind. He passes on tokens of wisdom granted to him during his own reign, imparting sage, intuitive nudges when called upon. Solomon places important teachers onto our path to meet and learn from. I was talking about the legacy here in the messages. That's exactly what the teachers are. We want to teach what we know, and we still want to learn and grow. He reminds us that we are the kings and queens of our lives. That's also, I see a message here where when we realize that we are the king of queen and queen, 1, 2, 3. When we realize, when we see and understand for ourselves that we are the boss, the director and producer of our lives, we get to decide. That's when we win. It's all about how we react to a situation. Not saying things don't happen to us, things do happen, but how do we react to them and what do we manifest? How, if we tell each other, if we tell oneself, oh, it's always going to be like that in a negative way, well, that's how it's going to be. I have the perfect example. I met some family, cousins, the past couple of weeks. And the wife was talking about how her husband always finds a spot like close to the entrance, and how for her it's always back. But she was driving and is like, well, in the movies they always find a spot in the front. It's like, go find out, because they're the cutest older people. And she went, and sure enough there was a spot. He called it. He said he was expecting it. And she was telling me, like, oh, he's always having spot, like, where he wants to, and I always have to go. And that just telling me, like, right there, she made a statement saying it's always like that for him, and it's always like that for me. And that was a perfect example of manifestation. He wants it to be, he knows it to be that way. And things as simple as a parking lot, as a parking space. When I see a full parking lot, I'm always like, okay, San Anthony, help me find a spot. And sure enough, I will always find a spot, because I know the universe is going to guide me where I need to get one. It's exactly, it's telling the universe what you want, what you need, stuff like that. And when you go with what you need, the universe will always back you up. So, kings and queens of our lives, and that we, with determined will, focus, charge and drive, we can fulfill our divine purpose in life. There you go. Naked a man comes from his mother's womb, and as he comes, so he departs. He takes nothing from his labor that he can carry in his hand. That's what King Solomon said, and that's perfect for the Day of the Dead, or whatever we're going through right now, whatever we're celebrating right now. Interesting connections already. So, now that we've seen all that, what energy? You know, I've been missing my energy. I know, I warned you it was going to be a big intro. What energy? Broken, you're healing something. It sweet bee. S'il vous plaît. Nos anges qui here. What energy is surrounding us this month? S'il vous plaît. Okay, I like when it jumps like, ooh, storm warning. So this is interesting because this card is the one card that came out in my very first reading a couple of years ago, was it? So let me look at it. Storm warning. I want to see if there is some light. Nope, this is a clear warning of lots of things happening. Just know that after the storm, the light, right? Let's see if we're going to, what do we have at the bottom of, oh. And door to spirit, which is again, that transmutation. I could leave it out to cover that storm a little bit. But that talks to me. This is like a tower moment before your growth. There is something we all have to learn, we all have to figure out this month. And I don't see any way to like, I would go head on or prepare, since you're being warned. Oh, and it's a number 10 again. So it really feels like this is like all the stuff that happens at one before the clearing, before and it's interesting because it looks like we're looking at this from a window, and it is a door. Oh yeah, it is a door. I was going to talk about a window, but there is still that opening towards something. So we are all finishing something. There is no denying that we are, but it's not easy. There is overwhelming feeling. There is the notion of maybe even being alone, of being dépassé par les événements, like overwhelmed with everything that's happening. Clouds on the horizon. This card indicates a potential difficulty, either in the external world or within yourself and your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you may have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be cautious, yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. Which is funny that it says that, because see here at the bottom of the deck, we had behind the Door to Spirit, we had action. So take action. I saw it when I put it away. On your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storm passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. You're just being warned. Just be prepared, just so you can flow through it the easiest way. The affirmation is, I have the power to overcome any obstacles. You have the power to overcome any obstacle. No matter what is going on, I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. Oh, phew, the candle just finished in yucky, sorry. Okay, so those are quite interesting energies and warning about everything that's going to happen this month. So growth, difficulties that we are going to surpass. Guidance. Some of you, maybe those difficulties are coming with the fact that you're being stubborn, a little too centered to the ground. It's good to be centered to the ground, but realizing how the universe is helping you. Oh, we have a earthquake. I don't have the time to go see where, but 5.4 earthquake. Okay, in the US. I've been saving the little messages from the tea, so I'm going to give them to you. We have, one who brings happiness to others will find it, evidently. Which also means if you're a grump all the time, that's what you get from the universe. Your actions prove your greatness. We all want to be understood, to be acknowledged, to be loved. Yes, so do that, to acknowledge people, understand people, love people. That's what you'll get in return. Appreciate yourself and honor your soul. Yes, that's like on Thursday, I kept on calling myself a Dumbo because of a bunch of things that I would miss or not see. See, I was talking about Mercury in retrograde. Don't do that because you put yourself down. If you let yourself be successful, you shall be successful. I want somebody that I love very much to hear this again. If you let yourself be successful, you will be successful. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to use a highly sensitive. I'm sorry, I missed my Halloween decks. I was going to use it, but it's like I can't do that. I would do the charms, but been on it for some time already. So let's use a highly sensitive. Where is it? I can't put my stuff back. Apologies. Here we go. Alors, let me find this spread. I was going to say that's longer than expected. No, I knew it was going to take a minute because we've been at this for 35 minutes already. I've been at this for 35 minutes, so I'm going to try to make the rest as short as possible. I'm so happy to be here. Allez. So this is a 5-card message. Let's keep that out just in case. Ok, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges et guides d'amour. Samhain message for Andrés. Oh, we got a wild card that showed it's a cute dog too. What's upside down? The Empress and the Hanged Man. I don't want to spend time on it. Okay, fine, I'll spend time on it. Oh, okay, it's a wild card again. Let me see if there is a message about this wild card, because this is an extra card in this tarot deck. I don't know if she has anything about it. That talks about self-empowerment, again, creativity and innovation, openness to change, choosing freely. I can choose freely always and everywhere. I love that this came out because this goes back to here, like that creativity through music I was talking about earlier, and that hearing the messages. You are reminded that you're free to do whatever you want, but the universe still has been trying to tell you. There's been some rest needed for some of us. I can attest to that. Some rest is still needed, possibly, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges et guides d'amour. This is a main message for our little beehive here, and anybody who stops by, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges et guides. Not that I want to make sure that they are not all messed up. Oh, we had a 2 of Swords, reverse, or maybe you're making that decision you've been wanting not to. Okay, can I get it clear? Mixing, s'il vous plaît, nos anges et guides. Some of you may have been having to make a decision. 6 of Cups, living too much in the past, maybe. So you are going to make the decision, or you're called to make the decision, or congratulations if you finally made it. Allez, message for a little bees today. The Hermit. This Hermit makes me think of Confucius that was at the bottom of the deck earlier. Interestingly enough, usually we see the Hermit, usually in the classic tarot, you know I like to go back to the basics all the time. And if you don't know me, that's what I do. The Hermit, in the classic and most tarot today, we see him carrying the light, and he's there to either go to his cave or guide the people. There is a teacher also a little bit in the Hermit, like we go to our cave to learn and then we come back and guide the world. There is a lot of light in surrounding this Hermit, and you'll notice he's walking towards the day. He's not, maybe you know, it's dark, he's coming out of the dark going towards the day. And there is 2 birds, so that takes me back to that communication again with the divine, but also coming out of possibly a depression moment or a sad moment or even some grieving. The Hermit card can also be connected to or represent someone who needed to go or who needs to go away for grieving. So that's that there. I'm going to put that here like this. Let's see if that will work. Okay. Interesting. Lots of stuff about, and again, another very masculine energy. Not upside down, no. What is that card I want to show itself? Oh, the Three of Cups. Party time. So, let's put that down. What is it that our little bee needs to hear from our guides right now? What is it that our little bee needs to hear from our guides? What is it that you need to hear from your guides, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges guides d'amour. Page of Pentacles. I want to see what she has in her hand. The page is a young energy, is an apprentice energy, is a discovery energy. But look at how she has what looks like a tarot card in her hand. Actually, we can see the whole deck in front of the table. So what you need to hear is that you have a gift. I don't necessarily want to say that you have the gift of reading the cards, but you have a gift to help people. Doing tarot reading is helping people with hearing what they need to hear, helping giving the messages from the universe to the people, helping people to see the signs. So I feel like we all have that in us. We don't all hear the message. I was talking about hearing the messages from music earlier. So what I want you, based on the message of this card here, what I want to tell you that you need to hear is that you need to tap in your intuition a little bit more. You may, regardless of how old you are, you may have felt, oh, let me pause this. Sorry, the cat wanted to come through. So you are gifted with the not ability, but with the love to help people, to be there for people, to listen to people, and to guide them. So when you get that nagging feeling, and it's very, yes, it is difficult. When you hear a message and you want to tell someone and you choose to not say it, when we hear something for someone, we need, I do it myself. That's probably why we have the energy of the page here, where I'll be like, but that's not my business to tell them that. I feel like this is what you're called to learn. Maybe some of you just need to go get a deck and learn to practice yourself, because look at the light that's between our hands here. And based on the fact that this is a pentacle, which is very, this is a suite of the material, this is a suite of the career, this is a suite of the tangible. It feels like there could be a career for some of you. This is, let's read what this lady is telling us about this. Let me pause this and I go get it. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, she says, fresh energy, curiosity, and willingness to learn. Positive message or self-awareness. I bring fresh energy and passion to everything I do. This Page of Pentacles embodies the energy of youth and the enthusiasm for discovering new things. The card shows a young woman dedicated to learning the meaning of tarot. Be curious and open to everything life has to offer you. Use this time to learn new skills and develop your talents. In relationships, you can expect a new encounter or invigorate an existing connection with fresh energy. Furthermore, the card can indicate an upcoming positive message, which you can also gain from the tarot. That's right, I always forget the page is a messenger. So possible that there is, like, stay tuned, there could be a message in this reading that's going to be very important for you, but you also are the messenger. Interestingly enough, you need to hear the message, what you need to hear from your ancestor, your guides right now, is a message, okay. But really that you are, to me, able to hear more than you give yourself credit for. So learn to develop that intuition, and based on the fact that this is also, if you're called, for example, to start a new job or learn a new skill, this is not, this is a divine call. I don't know how else to put it. So listen to it. Like, listen to it. Don't be as stubborn as this guy. Listen to that call and react to it. You'll see you how surprised you'll be. Look, at there is that look of surprise a little bit on this face. Okay, dokes. What's this next one? Come on. Oh. What do our guides want us to release? What do our guides want us to release? Want the little beast to release, s'il vous plaît? What do our guides want us to release? Want the little beast to release, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges et guides. The Nine of Swords. This is very touching. In the sense that the Nine of Swords is the ultimate card of anxiety. This is a card of nightmare. This is a card you can't sleep. Obviously, your guides want you to release this negative energy. It's beautiful. This is who you can be. This is, in a way, almost who you choose to be, by fear, by lack of knowledge, by fear. That's all anxiety is that it is fear. So we want your guides, even the reading is based on your ancestors. I don't want to tap to that, but our guides wants us, obviously the universe wants you to be happy. So it is undeniable that your ancestors want you to release your fear. We may see how you are going to be able to do this, but if you tap into your intuition, if you trust the universe, if you call on the energy of King Solomon, that kill, or I just realized those are two archangels. With number 13, I'm also hearing the energy of Saint Anthony that can guide us when we lost something. Some of us may have lost some will to keep going. The universe, your guide, your ancestors, your family loves you so much that they want to help you realize this. This is quite something. I am very sorry to see that some of you are still ridden by fear and anxiety and nightmares. Trust in the messages that you hear through music. I keep hearing that. Notice also how we have that, well, granted it's the same deck, but we have that fire energy for both. Instead of just looking down, if you look up, look at the light. I was talking about grieving with the Hermit, so there is a strong message, a strong acknowledgement of your anxieties in this reading, and a strong acknowledgement of your stubbornness as well. Open your heart and your intuition, and you'll see what you can find. Like she is starting something new is a great advice here. Okay, so what I think you already have the answer to that. The question was what do your the question is, what ancestral gifts should I channel now? So what ancestral gifts should a little bit, this is going to be difficult because obviously there is more than one person listening, so let's see if we can get a general message. But what ancestral gifts should our little bee channel now, s'il vous plaît? I would feel the gift of love, but what ancestral gift should our little bee channel now, s'il vous plaît, nos anges et guides? Okay, this one was coming out. Knight of Cups. The Knight, the Knight to me is also, the Knight of Cup is the one, the Knight of Cup I'm trying to, his horse is not going fast, okay? He's just arriving with a cup. But cup relates to messaging too, and to love. I was talking about love and passion, and so this is what you need to channel. I've been saying that since the beginning. Channel your love, your passion, your energy, your and when I say love, I also mean your affection. Channel of that and give that, and when you give that, you'll receive that. There is also your focus that needs to be given to possibly your for lack of a better word, your sexual partner, because there is a notion of intimacy in this card, like you're away from the rest of the people. They are still there. They are not disappeared from your life, but you need some time together. I want to read a little bit more on this because this is what you need to channel. I like that. Cup is your emotion and your love, and that goes very well with if you work on your emotion and your feelings, you'll get rid of your fears. Can we get to the cup, s'il vous plaît? Having a hard time with this one. Sword. Here. Knight of Cup. Passion, romance, adventure, idealism. In my emotions, I find strength and allow them to lead me to creative expressions. We are back to creativity again. The card encourages you to recognize your emotional wants and needs and to meet them with openness and devotion. Surrender to the flow of emotion and enjoy life to the fullest. That's what you do here with the Nine of Swords. You just let the fear take over instead of rendering that too. If you let it be, let it flow, you'll find your path. However, the card also urges caution. It's great to have a passionate vision, but know that sometimes high and unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment. How could you use your passion and romantic side to nurture relationships and creative projects without getting sidetracked by unrealistic ideals? Based on the fact that this is what you should channel, I still want you to channel your ideas. Like, make it clear to yourself. What is it that you want? Channel your wants. Interesting where this is headed. See your wants, channel them, and go for it. I want even to say, even if you fear just making it feel like it's not realistic, just plan it regardless. You may be surprised. How can our little bees connect better to the guides and ancestors and angels, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges guides. How can they connect better with the guides? With patience. This Temperance is very cute because she's in her closet. I like how the closet, oh, you know what? I'm going to change that. It's showing a closet, right, with a picture of an outside, like nature and trees and the sky and the clouds. Temperance is a card of communication, is a card of mixing, is a card of compromising, is a card of listening, is a card of, when I say communication, it's very important because it's a card of listening and telling what we need. It's a card of, in French we say, put water in your wine. Like, don't be too strong, too, like this guy, like too close-minded, right? Listen, open your ears to other things. But what I'm feeling with this card here is Narnia, like you go through the wardrobe to go to another world. So in order to connect with your guides and ancestors and stuff, you need to be willing To not be so, be like, yeah, right, whatever. If you have an intuition, a dream, a message, or something, give it a chance. Listen to it. See where that heads. We're not asking you for the moon. Okay, I think your ancestors and your guides and your angels and your guardian angels and want to communicate with you. You need to be willing, and you need to realize that behind that door there could be something magical. You need to be open to it. It's as simple as that. If you open the door, you may be surprised what's behind it. And the last message is a message of support from your ancestor. What's from your guide and angel, s'il vous plaît? What's the message of support for our little bees from their guides and ancestor? Let's throw them in here, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges guides. Oh, it's funny because this card, the Ten of Swords. Here we have like the end of this. This is the third time we have a 10 making itself show. The Empress. The Empress means is the ultimate card of love. This is a card. This is talking about a new project. She's pregnant. There is something new in your life. She is the. I made a. If some of you have the energy to go to my 888 video, I do a whole explanation about the Empress and Ishtar and how she's a reflection of the mother of the world, how she's, I was talking about, and it's funny because she's right next to the Knight of Cups here. Some of you may need to like reopen the intimacy with your partners, and some of you may need to be working on your creativity, but the Empress, or is it the High Priestess? No, this is the Empress, not the High Priestess. The Empress is very sexual. She's the desire in the brides. She's the excitement in the men for procreation. She's procreation. She's creation. She's continuity of life. She's life. Let me read that question again. I think I'm going to get the message from the support, from the message of support from your ancestor. To me, this is okay. The love of a mother, the protection of a mother. Even though there is like a moon in the back, even with the full moon, like you have the flowers that they look like marguerite or daisies, and look how big it looks. Like it's raining. This is an interesting card. Looks like a dragon on her tummy. And she, in spite of everything that's happening, like it looks like there is rain and we're talking about a storm coming, there is still that notion of being safe, being loved, being nurtured. And that's, look at how you have that, like right under that too. You have that love around you. So you shouldn't be feeling so alone. Interestingly enough, we started with all masculine energy, and there is a lot of, even with the page and the knight, we have a feminine energy. I was making sure it wasn't a man or a mask. So that nurturing love is there for you. And I feel like you're also called to give it. Let's see the Empress, what she tells us, if she tells us something else. Connection. No, that's the Three of Cups. Haha, sorry. Is it in the end that she... Oh yeah, she put it in the end. Interesting. And with this 3, we have the energy of... whoa, I'm thinking Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I'm thinking connection. I'm thinking balance. Because with the 3, there is no... with 3 feet, we'll always be balanced. Sensuality and enjoyment of life, feminine energy, fertility, connection with nature. I let the cycles of life carry me lovingly, Trust that life is cyclical. Okay, so the message of that you need to hear from your guides, that they want you to hear, the support messages, is that this too shall pass. Like the phases of the moon. That's why there is a moon behind her, okay? Empress reminds you that at every stage of your life there is a potential for growth and development. Accept the challenges, which we know are coming, and changes because they are part of this wonderful cycle. A powerful creative power rests in you. We're back to that creativity, comparable to the heavily pregnant woman who carries new life within her. You are a channel for creativity and growth. Please accept the potential that there is with you. Stopping looking at Uni, because one of the things about this card is that she's really focused on herself. That's another thing. When you focused on herself as much as she is, that's where anxiety is also difficult of getting rid of. You need to look at the world. You are a channel for creativity and growth, be in the forms of ideas, project, or even the emergence of new life. Allow this creative energy within you to unfold. What steps could you take to deepen your connection to feminine energy and role models? What step could you take? How about we get guidance with this one for that? Let's see if we can get guidance here. Oh, my phone fell. Can we get a guidance towards the steps to take with this one? S'il vous plaît. Nos anges guides. What steps? Okay, I'll take this one. The Siren. Some of you that could just talk about travel, maybe moving. The Siren. Beware of bewitching song, for within it lies the perilous power of empty promises. Beware our bewitching song, for within it lies the perilous power of empty promises. Let's see if I can find. Let me pause this. So in ancient mythology, sirens were mythical creatures who lured sailors with their mesmerizing voices and songs, leading them to their doom. The sirens were known for their irresistible charm and seductive power. These beings would sing their haunting melodies, drawing sailors towards treacherous waters and dangerous rocks, causing ships to crash and sink. The siren story embodies a dichotomy of illusionary allure and auto-destruction, so be careful where you are stepping to. They represent tempting offers that can lead us down a destructive path if we are not mindful. Examine your impulses and be aware of the seductive influences that may cloud your judgment. So you are being given a warning. This signifies a need for caution and self-reflection, prompting us to examine the areas of our lives where we may be easily swayed or seduced by external influences. Listen to your inner voice again. Trust your intuition that keeps coming back. To discern between genuine opportunities and empty promises, and to resist the allure of instant gratification that may have long-term negative consequences. Focus on substance rather than surface-level allure. By remaining grounded in reality, you can avoid being swayed by empty promises. So be careful, like if you're being offered something that is too tempting. Fairness prevails when truth is upheld. I wield the scales with impartiality. I feel like there is a justice, a karma thing happening. Anyways, before we close with Mother Mary, I'm going to pick a card from the Samhain deck. S'il vous plaît. Can we get an extra message for our little bees? Nos anges guides d'amour. Okay, we got the frog. There's a very Wednesday look to this. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning crooks. So to me, this is again the warning of this storm coming. I'm gonna go look for it again. 17. What do we have here? It's a lot of reading, sorry, today. It's been a while, as you know. Okay. Transformation, serenity. Serenity now. Butterflies. Well, what? Butterflies. How often what comes to mind when we think of transformation? But let us not forget, frogs are also a symbol of transformation, going from a tadpole that lives in water to a frog that adapts to land and water. So we're definitely talking about a big transformation again. Like I like how this is closing back. For some species, this process can take a couple of weeks. For others, it can take months and even a year to transform from one thing to another. When frog comes croaking, know that you are transforming or the process will begin soon. This is a positive transformation, not the sort of dramatic transformation excuse me, one might expect with the Banshee card. This transformation is easygoing. Okay, another reassuring message. So much so that you may not even know it's happening. It's a subtle shift that occurs in the background until one day you realize things are different. There is nothing you need to do to move this change along. Like the frog, your higher self will take over and guide you through instinct. You need only pay attention to the urges you feel and follow those urges when they strike. Again, you are being called to pay attention to your gut feeling, to your intuition, to the messages from the universe. Pay attention and act upon them. This message is amplified if you're Be patient and note, be patient again, just like the Temperance was telling you. And note that this transformation has come to your awareness. This is not something that can be rushed or forced like the frog. This transformation may take days, weeks, maybe even a year or two to transform completely. All unfolds in accordance with your divine destiny. Very nice. Okay, let's see what Maman Marie has for you. I'm going to try to go back to shorter reading. S'il vous plaît. Maman Marie, s'il te plaît, message for Annie Beans today. Okay. Oh, no, 2 cards. Can I get just one? That was a lot already. S'il te plaît, Maman Marie, can I get one message for a little bees? S'il te plaît. Petite mère, petit message for a little bees. Okay, I'll take this one. Our Lady who gives peace. You have been holding on to a deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace. Peace that all is now resolved according to my grace. Peace that the material situation is flowing towards perfect completion. My peace is with you now, my beloved. Very nice. And a gratitude message to finish, s'il vous plaît. Nos petits anges et guides d'amour. Can I get just one message for Annelby, s'il vous plaît? Everything that falls happens. Celebrate milestones. Don't skip over your chances to make happy memories. And with that, it was wonderful being back. I send you love. Bye-bye.